So now we can start our class by chanting Namo Tassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Yesterday we just finished the rough overview of Paticca Samuppada, but we didn't finish the diagram and the chart. So let's recite first the formula for the Paticca Samuppada.
Kemarin secara kasar Sayadaw telah menjelaskan tentang Paticca Samuppada, tetapi belum menyentuh sampai bagan. Sekarang sebelum Sayadaw memulai, Sayadaw menginginkan kita bersama-sama membacakan rumusan Paticca Samuppada.
Avijja paccaya sankara, sankara paccaya viññānam, viññāna paccaya nama rupam, nama rupam paccaya salayatana, salayatana paccaya passo, passa paccaya vedana, vedana paccaya tanha, tanha paccaya upadana, upadana paccaya bhava, bhava paccaya jati, jati paccaya jara marana, soka paridewa, dukkha domana supayasa sambhavanti, ewa metasa kewalasa, dukke kandasa samudayo hoti. English translation.
Because there is ignorance as condition, karma formations rise. Because there are karma formation as condition, resultant consciousness arises. Because there is resultant consciousness as condition, mind and matter arise. Because there are mind and matter as condition, the six internal and external bases arise. Because there are six internal and external bases as condition, contact arises. Because there is contact as condition, feeling arises. Because there is feeling as condition, craving arises. Because there is craving as condition, clinging arises. Because there is clinging as condition, becoming arises. Because there is becoming as condition, birth arises. Because there is birth as condition, aging and death, sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief, despair arise. Thus arises this whole mass of suffering.
Okay. So, you know the meaning of the formula. So, today we are going to learn the chart, not diagram yet. Dependent origination, page number 1. You see the chart, there are 3 columns. So we are going to learn first the first column and second column, not that column yet. So the first column at the heading, you may see 3 periods. The second column is 12 factors. Three period means past, present, and future. Paticca Samuppada covers 3 lives. 3 lives. Some of, not some, but very few teachers are teaching Paticca Samuppada is only for 1 life. Actually, this is for 3 lives. In the commentary, there are a lot of explanations. Without the commentary, they cannot know the exact meanings. So I want you to understand, Paticca Samuppada covers 3 lives, 3 parts. So, you will see past, that means the past. In the past, present means the present life, and future means future after this present life. That is why in the first column says the Paticca Samuppada or dependent origination covers 3 lives. So second column, there are 12 factors of dependent origination. I put the Pali word and English translation. I want you to familiar the Pali words. Some English words are not exact, nor accurate. That is why I just put Pali and English, Pali and English. Some words cannot, translate into English exactly. So we will see that. You need to, okay.
Pada kesempatan ini, Sayadaw akan menjelaskan untuk kita tentang Paticca Samuppada. Pada halaman pertama, diagram ini, kolom yang pertama tertulis 3 periode, yaitu lampau, sekarang, dan yang akan datang. Di kolom kedua tertulis 12 faktor dari Paticca Samuppada ini. Sayadaw menjelaskan bahwa sesungguhnya Paticca Samuppada ini meliputi untuk 3 kehidupan. Sedikit sekali guru yang mengajarkan Paticca pada umumnya, jarang guru yang mengajarkan Paticca Samuppada ini untuk 1 kehidupan saja. Tetapi dia meliputi 3 kehidupan, yaitu lampau, sekarang, dan yang akan datang. Di dalam buku komentar banyak sekali penjelasan tentang hal itu. Tanpa buku komentar, maka tidak bisa menjelaskan Paticca Samuppada ini yang melingkupi 3 kehidupan. Anda sekalian akan melihat yang pertama, yaitu kehidupan lampau. Kemudian kehidupan sekarang, dan yang selanjutnya masa yang akan datang, yaitu untuk kolom yang pertama. Kemudian berarti Paticca Samuppada ini meliputi untuk 3 rangkaian kehidupan. Di kolom kedua berisi faktor-faktor dari Paticca Samuppada. Sayadaw menuliskan faktor-faktor tersebut dalam bahasa Pali dan bahasa Inggris. Karena Sayadaw mengatakan ada lebih baik langsung menggunakan bahasa Pali, karena terjemahan di dalam bahasa Inggris tidak semuanya tepat. Anda nanti bisa melihat hal itu. Karena ada beberapa kata yang tidak bisa diterjemahkan secara tepat di dalam bahasa Inggris.
I'm going to read you the 12 factors only in Pali, and then After that, you have to read that. First one is, I'm going to count one by one. Avijja, Sankhara, Vijnana. Oh, by the way, these English words are not exactly Pali fonts. If you want to see the real Pali fonts, and then you can see in the formula. Yeah. This is the real form, but I don't have this special forms to type that. So sometimes you may mispronounce. So just listen my my reading. Avijja, Sankhara, Vijnana, Nama Rupa, Salayatana, Phasa, Vedana, Tanha, Upadana, Bhava, Jati, Jara, Marana. I will read that again. Avijja, Sankhara, Vijnana, Nama Rupa, Salayatana, Phasa, Vedana, Tanha, Upadana, Bhava, Jati, Jara, Marana. Okay, can you read that again?
Avijja, Sankhara, Vijnana, Nama Rupa, Salayatana, Phasa, Vedana, Tanha, Upadana, Bhava, Jati, Jara, Marana.
Okay. These are 12 factors of the Paticca Samuppada. So these 12 factors make it the wheel of a circle. So these 12 factors are main factors. So they, they have a connection each other. And this is like this is like a wheel of life, like a wheel. So connecting each other. Even though we start, the avijja is not the beginning of this wheel. If there is we, how can we say where is the beginning? Just wrong. So we cannot say this is the beginning or this is the end. But because they're just turning wrong. So these 12 factors make it this life circle, the wheel of the life. So we have to know that there are 12 factors and the Paticca Samuppada. Okay, number 10. You will see bhava. Here, under the English translation is existence. Some translators use becoming. These two words does not cover the meaning of bhava. So bhava the bhava is divided into two parts. One part is karma bhava. There is a and just beneath the bhava, the first one is karma bhava. Second one is upapatti bhava. So you need to know that. Karma bhava means just like a karma. Karma means like a volition, cetana. So bhava has two parts. The first one is a karma bhava. Karma bhava means just like a karma. Upapatti bhava is just like a rebirth, like a jati. So, if we translated the bhava like existence, that means only second part, not the first part. Or becoming, the same. The becoming means that is a new life or rebirth. That is why we would like to use Pali word as it is, bhava as a bhava. So we will say this is a karma bhava, that means karma or cetana. Upapatti bhava is rebirth, jati. So the second part, Upapatti bhawa, the second part, is just like a jati. I will point out later. So number 10 has a problem because it has two parts. So I want you to know that when you say bhava, that means it has two parts, Kama bhava and Upapatti bhava.
Sayadaw tadi menjelaskan bahwa untuk 12 faktor ini, kebetulan Sayadaw saat ini tidak membawa palifon untuk menuliskan, sehingga kata-kata ini tidak tepat penulisannya. Jika Anda mau melihat penulisan yang tepat, maka silakan melihat pada formula di atas. Tadi kita telah membaca 12 faktor ini. 12 faktor ini membuat suatu roda. Ini adalah merupakan inti. Mereka ada kaitannya satu dengan yang lainnya, tepat seperti roda. Diawali dengan awija, tetapi awija bukanlah awal dari roda ini. Roda berbentuk lingkaran. Dari mana kita bisa mengatakan awal dari roda tersebut atau permulaan dari roda itu? Roda ini selalu berputar. 12 faktor inilah yang membuat lingkaran kehidupan kita. Kemudian Sayadaw melanjutkan menjelaskan yang nomor 10, yaitu bahwa yang di dalam bahasa Inggris diterjemahkan sebagai existence atau bahasa Indonesianya adalah keberadaan. Sayadaw atau orang kadang-kadang dalam bahasa Inggris dikatakan becoming atau menjadi. Sayadaw menjelaskan bahwa terjemahan ini tidaklah mencakup sepenuhnya dari arti kata bahwa dalam bahasa Pali. Bahwa di dalam bahasa Pali ini dibagi menjadi dua bagian, yaitu yang pertama ada tercetak di handout kita, yaitu kama bawa. Kemudian yang kedua adalah upapatti bawa. Kama bawa ini adalah seperti kama atau cetana atau kehendak. Sedangkan upapatti bawa itu sama dengan kelahiran kembali atau jati. Jadi sekali lagi terjemahan keberadaan atau existence ini hanya mencakup bagian yang kedua saja. Demikian juga untuk becoming atau menjadi, hanya mencakup arti kedua dari bawah. Oleh karena itu, Sayadaw mengatakan sangat jauh lebih baik menggunakan bahasa Pali bawah saja, yaitu kama bawa adalah cetana, sedangkan upapatti bawa adalah jati. Bagian kedua dari bawah ini adalah jati. Jadi ketika orang mengatakan bahwa itu sesungguhnya mencakup dua bagian.
So now we have learned the 12 factors of dependent origination. Under this chart, you will see two roots. Number 1 is ignorance. Number 2 is craving. In Pali, avijja and tanha. Avijja, ignorance, and tanha, craving. So these two factors are the leader of this Paticca Samuppada. So avijja is leading the first part of the dependent origination. Tanha or craving is leading the second part of the dependent origination. They are leaders. They are very powerful to in the prolonging the life in the round of the samsara. So they have a driving power. So these two leaders are main roots. That is why these two are called two roots.
Sayadaw menjelaskan lebih lanjut bahwa kita telah mempelajari 12 faktor tersebut. Dari 12 faktor itu ada 2 yang menjadi akar penyebab, yaitu yang pertama adalah awija dan yang kedua adalah tanha. Paticca Samuppada ini katakanlah digerakkan oleh yang pertama adalah awija, kemudian yang kedua adalah tanha. Awija dan tanha ini sangatlah kuat dan merekalah yang memperpanjang pengembaraan kita di dalam sangsara atau lingkaran kehidupan. Oleh karena itulah mereka disebut akar penyebab atau disebut 2 akar penyebab.
And then 3 waters or 3 rounds. 3 waters or 3 rounds. So we divided 12 factors into 3 groups. So there are 3 rounds. In Pali, what vata? Vata means rounding, just turning around, turning wrong. That is called Pali vata. So here 3 waters or 3 rounds. The first one is a kilesa vata. And I think all of you know kilesa, defilements. Vata means wrong. So the round of defilements. The round of defilements. The second one is kama vata. Also you know that kama means here cetana, volition. So kama vata, round of karma. The third one is vipaka vata. Vipaka means result, so round of results. So the first vata, the kilesa vata, or the round of defilements, are avijja, tanha, and upadana. Number 1, number 8, and number 9. Avijja, tanha, and upadana. These 3 are called kilesa vata. Ignorance, craving, and clinging. Number 1, 8, and 9. These 3 are called kilesa vata, or round of defilements. Second, kama vata, or round of karma. That is number 2 and number 10, sankhara and kama bhava. See, here we just divided kama bhava. So sankhara and kama bhava, they are synonyms, the same. Sometimes we call sankhara, sometimes we call kama, sometimes we call cetana. Sankhara, kama, cetana, they are the same. They are the same. But I will explain later. You know, it's very difficult to translate the sankhara. We cannot translate the sankhara one English word, because according to the context, we have to understand the meaning. But here, sankhara, kama, and cetana, the same. Cetana, the same. That is why number 2, sankhara. Number 10, kama bhava. They are called kama vata, or round of karma. And number 3, vipaka vata, round of results. They are number 3 to 7, vijnana, namarupa, salayatana, phasa, vedana. I forgot to add 3 more. That is number 10. Number 10, upapatti. Upapatti bhava. Please write down. You have in the chart. Yes. Number 10, and existence. Upapatti bhava. So that is what I meant. Upapatti bhava. Number 11 is jati. Number 12 is jara marana. So number 10, part of number 10, that is Upapatti Bhava. Number 11, Jati. Number 12, Jara Marana. Altogether, how many? Altogether, how many?
8.
8. Vinyana, Namarupa, Salayatana, Phasa, Vedana, Upapatti Bhava, Jati, and Jaramarana. Yeah, these 8 are the result of the results. So, sometimes the last 3, Upapatti Bhava, Jati, Jaramarana, sometimes they are omitted because it is like how can I say that, in summary and the extents. If we shrink this size, then we may call that like a jati. If we say jati, that means that the nothing but vinyana, namarupa, salayana, phasa, vedana. It refers to the back. That is why if we say jati, it includes all the 5s. So if we count all the factors, vinyana, namarupa, salayana, phasa, vedana, upapatti bhava, jati, and jaramarana. There are 8. These are called vipaka vada, all round of results.
Selanjutnya, Sayadaw menjelaskan tentang 3 wata atau 3 putaran. Yang pertama adalah dari 12 faktor Paticca Samuppada ini kemudian dibagi menjadi 3 kelompok. Kelompok ini disebut dengan wata atau lingkaran. Ada 3 wata. Yang pertama adalah kilesa wata atau lingkaran dari kekotoran batin, yaitu awija, tanha, dan upadana, nomor 1, 8, dan 9. Kemudian lingkaran yang kedua, kamawata, adalah nomor 2 dan 10, yaitu sangkara dan kamabawa. Sayadaw mengatakan bahwa kata Pali sangkara dan kamabawa ini bisa merupakan padanan kata. Tetapi kita harus, sangkara, kama, dan cetana itu bisa merupakan padanan kata. Tetapi Sayadaw mengatakan kita harus berhati-hati. Untuk kata sangkara kita harus melihat pada konteks kalimatnya. Kemudian lingkaran yang ketiga adalah wipaka wata yang mencakup nomor 3 sampai 7, yaitu winyana, nama rupa, salayatana, phasa, vedana. Kemudian tadi Sayadaw minta kita menuliskan, nomor 10 adalah upapatti bhava, kemudian 11 jati dan 12 jara marana. Kadang-kadang upapatti bhava ini disebut dengan jati saja. Kemudian yang lainnya ditinggalkan. Kalau kadangkala dengan disebut dengan jati saja, ini sudah mencakup keseluruhannya. Mulai dari winyana sampai nanti jara marana.
So here, it is important to remember these 3 groups. They are connected to each other. They never depart each other. Here, the first one is a kilesa vata, the round of defilements, avijja, tanha, upadana, ignorance, craving, and clinging. These 3 are always connected together. If we want the one of the factor, and then we are virtually take all. We take virtually all. This is like a flower garland. If we pick up the one, and then all the flowers are already taken. So this is like a circle, a flower garland. So here, avijja, tanha, upadana, ignorance, craving, and the clinging. they are very, very close friends. They never ever depart each other. And the same way, and second wrong, karma vata, the wrong noble karma, sankhara and karma bhava, they are the same. If we pick up the one, we virtually take two. And likewise, the last one, vipaka vata, the wrong noble results. If we pick up the one, we got all. So they live as a group, never separate each other. So remember that, and because when we go to the wheel of the lives, then they are in a different place. So you need to remember these groups.
Sayadaw berpesan bahwa kita harus selalu mengingat tiga kelompok ini, atau kita harus mengingat kelompok ini karena mereka selalu saling berhubungan dan tidak terpisahkan. Jika kita mengambil satu faktor saja, maka berarti kita mencabut keseluruhannya. Mereka ini seperti rangkaian untaian bunga yang jika diambil satu semuanya berantakan. Seperti tadi Sayadaw menjelaskan, yang pertama kilesa wata ini adalah awija, tanda, dan upadana. Demikian juga jika diambil salah satu, mereka ini adalah katakanlah seperti sahabat sejati, jika diambil salah satu semuanya berakhir. Demikian juga dengan kelompok yang kedua. Dan kelompok yang ketiga, jika kita mengambil salah satu saja, maka berarti kita mengambil keseluruhannya. Mereka ini ada sebagai kelompok. Sayadaw berpesan sekali lagi, kita harus mengingat hal itu baik-baik. Karena ketika mereka ditempatkan pada roda kehidupan kita, mereka berada di tempat yang berbeda, yaitu awija, tanda, dan upadana. Di dalam lingkaran roda kehidupan, mereka berada di tempat yang berbeda.
So they have a connection each other. So kilesa vata, kama vata, and vipaka vata, all round over defilement, round over karma, round over the results. As long as kilesa, as long as defilements in us, we will do something. We will do something. So the first driving power comes from the kilesa. Kilesa is the main thing. So, these three kilesa or defilements are very powerful. Ignorance, craving, and attachment. So if we have these three defilements in us, and then we will do something maybe good or maybe bad. So the first round is round of a defilement. Because of these kilesa, we are going to do something. Then this doing something is called karma vata, or round of a karma. So why we are doing something, and then we have a volition in our mind or stimulation in our mind. This volition is main thing. So let's say it is like a the turning on the computer. When you press the computer, then the fast it does not come up every day. You may see here this sound that makes it opening all the finest. Small finance are opening like that. So, and then all the finance are open, then we can see in the screen every icon. In the same way, if we do something, this chetana or volition is like a supervisor. Just get ready, something like that. So he has two things. It has to do for itself. Also, it has to stimulate other co-workers. So without this volition or stimulation, we can't do anything. We can't do. So whatever we do, this mind, this mental factor or volition, or works very actively, very, very actively. That is why that when you do something, and the result is depends on our cetana or our volition inside. Sometimes we may do kusala a lot, but in our mind, cetana is a very small size. So if our cetana inside is small, then the result will be small. But sometimes your donations are maybe small or maybe a few amount, but your cetana is very active, very, very strong. Then the result will be big, enormous. So we always measure according to our cetana inside. So this cetana is called sometimes a sankhara, sometimes a karma bhava. So when we are doing something, this cetana or sankhara or karma is actively working. That is why this is called wrong karma vada or wrong double karma. The last one, if we do something, of course, we are going to get some results from our action. If there is action, there is always a reaction. That is a natural law, not Mamic law. So the result is here. There are 8. You already have read. Vinyana, Namarupa, Salayana, Phasa, Vedana, Upapati Bhava, Jati, and Charamarana. These are the results of our action. These are the result of our kusala and akusala karma. Oh, okay. Sorry, I forgot.
Sayadaw selanjutnya menerangkan bahwa wata ini atau lingkaran ini mereka memiliki keterkaitan satu dengan yang lainnya. Yang pertama, yang kedua, dan yang ketiga. Selama kita masih memiliki kilesa di dalam diri kita, maka kita akan mengerjakan sesuatu. Kilesa inilah yang menjadi tenaga pemutar dalam diri kita. Ada tiga kilesa yang sangat kuat, yaitu awija, tana, dan upadana. Kita mempunyai ketiga kilesa ini. Dari ketiga kilesa ini, kita melakukan sesuatu yang baik ataupun buruk. Karena kilesa inilah kita melakukan sesuatu. Ini rangkaian selanjutnya disebut sebagai kama wata. Ketika kita melakukan sesuatu, pasti dilandasi oleh kehendak atau suatu motivasi. Kehendak inilah yang menjadi hal utama. Sayadaw memberikan penggambaran seperti ketika kita mau menjalankan komputer kita, pertama kali kita harus menyalakan untuk membuka semua arsipnya. Ketika sudah terbuka, maka kita bisa melihat keseluruhan isinya. Ketika kita mengerjakan atau melakukan sesuatu, cetana ini bagaikan supervisor atau pengawas. Mereka sesungguhnya melakukan sesuatu untuk diri mereka sendiri. Dan mereka memberikan dorongan pada yang lainnya. Kalau tidak ada kehendak, maka kita tidak akan mungkin melakukan sesuatu. Oleh karena itulah, ketika kita melakukan sesuatu hal, hasil yang kita peroleh bergantung dengan cetana yang kita miliki. Sayadaw menjelaskan, kadangkala kita melakukan banyak kebaikan, tetapi cetana kita tidak berarti atau kecil. Oleh karena itu, hasil yang kita peroleh pun tidak memadai atau kecil. Tetapi kadangkala kita melakukan kemurahan hati yang jika dinilai dengan jumlahnya itu adalah kecil, tetapi kita memiliki cetana yang sangat kuat, maka hasilnya akan menjadi sangat banyak atau berlimpah ruah. Oleh karena itulah selalu disebutkan bahwa cetana ini adalah sangat penting. Ketika kita melakukan sesuatu, maka sangkara dan cetana ini adalah sangat aktif. Kemudian yang terakhir, ketika kita melakukan sesuatu, maka kita pasti akan mendapatkan hasilnya. Ada aksi, pasti akan ada reaksi. Ini adalah yang ketiga, yaitu lingkaran hasil. Bisa dari yang kusala maupun dari yang akusala.
So, out of 3 waters, number 1 and number 2, kilesa water, kama water, or round of defilement and round of the kama, these factors are active. These factors produce something, or these factors make something. That is why these factors are called active factors. So vipaka water, or round of the results, these factors are not active. These factors are just passive, because the results are like something thrown down somewhere, so they don't active. They don't do anything. So vipakas are called passive. So number 1, kilesa vata, or round of defilements. Number 2, kama vata, round of karma. These factors are producing or making or forming something. That is why they are working actively. They are called active factors. The rest are called passive factors. They don't do anything to produce any results.
Sayadaw menjelaskan dari 3 wata atau lingkaran ini, wata yang pertama dan kedua yaitu kilesa wata dan kama wata, mereka adalah faktor-faktor yang aktif. Mereka menghasilkan sesuatu. Oleh karena itulah disebut sebagai faktor yang aktif. Sedangkan yang ketiga, lingkaran hasil atau vipaka wata, tidaklah aktif. Mereka hanya faktor yang pasif saja. Sayadaw menggambarkan seperti kalau kita melemparkan sesuatu ke bawah. Jadi sekali lagi, wata yang pertama dan kedua ini bekerja menghasilkan sesuatu, sehingga disebut sebagai faktor yang aktif. Sedangkan vipaka wata adalah faktor yang pasif.
So I want to read like a question and answer. So we need to know these factors. So how many factors are kilesa vata? How many factors are kama vata? How many factors are vipaka vatas? So you need to know that. So there are 3 factors, and the round of the kilesa, they are avijja, tanha, and upadana, or ignorance, craving, and clinging. The second one, and there are 2 factors in the round of karma, that are sankhara and karma bhava. And there are 8 factors in the round of vipaka. They are vijnana, namarupa, salayana, phasa, vedana, upapatti bhava, jati, jaramarana. There are 8 factors in the round of the results. So, can you read that? How many factors in the round of defilements?
3.
Avijja,
Tanha, upadana.
And how many factors in the second round?
2.
Sankhara,
Sankhara, kama bhava.
How many factors in the third round?
8.
8. What are they?
Winyana, nama rupa, salayatana, pasa, vedana, upapati bhava, jati, jara, marana.
Okay. So they are always linked to each other. They are always connected to each other. If we pick up the one, we virtually take all. So remember that. Okay. If you remember, then we can go back to the first page. We can go to number 3 column. Number 3 column, 20 moods and 4 groups. So here, and these 12 factors are divided into 4 parts: cause and effect, and cause and effect. So 2 pairs. So to have a life, we need to have a cause or condition. So in the past life, we have ignorance, avijja, we have a sankhara doing something. So avijja and tanhas are in the past life and the previous life. So because of that, we have a present life. So here, 2 factors in the past life are avijja and tanha. But it is said that here 5 causes. So here, let's go back to the avijja and sankhara. So when you go back to the round of the wrong, avijja is where? Which round? The first round, right? Yeah. So how many factors in the first round?
3.
3. Yeah. So if we pick up the avijja, and then we got how many?
2.
No, 3. So 3, okay? Because we already have an avijja. If we pick up avijja, then we got 2 more. But 1 got 3. Okay? And then sankhara. We say in the past sankhara. So when we check the 3 rounds, sankhara is the second round. So if we pick up sankhara, we got more, how many? 2, yes. Sankhara and kama bhava, yes. So sankhara and kama bhava, 2. Altogether, 5. Altogether, 5. So in the formula, avijja and sankhara, they are in the past. So if we take avijja, we get tanha and upadana. If we take sankhara, we get also the kama bhava. That is why they are always connected to each other. So, and then there are 5 causes. So 5 causes are avijja, sankhara, tanha, upadana, kama bhava. How many? 5. These 5 are the cause in the past. The 5 cause in the past. And then we go down, and then 5 results in the present life. So 5 results, that is easy, just count 1, 3 to 7, right? So what are they? Vinyana, namarupa, salayatana, phassa, vedana. Yes, these are, these are all what we have. So, but if we use the conventional usage or conventional term, this is a human being, this is a man, this is a woman, short or tall or white or black, these are conventional usage. But if we use the ultimate terms, we have only these 5. We have only these 5. So, Vinyana, Namarupa, Salayatana, Phassa, Vedana. These are the 5 results of the present life. Okay, another present, the 5 present causes. 5 present causes in the church, number 8, 9, and 10, one part of 10. So number 8 is Tanha, number 9 is Upadana, number 10 is, let's say, Kamma Bhava. Kamma Bhava. So how many? 3. But see, and when we check the 3 rounds, and we see the 9 Upadana. So if we take the 9 Upadana, we get one more. What is that? Avijja. Yeah, see? If we already have the 9 Upadana, 2 factors. But if we take 2 factors and then we get one more, that is avijja, ignorance. So 3, because then they never depart each other. And then bhava, kamma bhava. If we take kamma bhava, we get one more. What is that? Sankhara, second round. Sankhara and kamma bhava and sankhara. No matter what factors you pick up, you get 2. In the same way, in the first round, there are 3 factors, and if we pick up the 1, we get 3. So 3 and 2 altogether, 5. Avijja, sankhara, tanha, upadana, kamma bhava. These are the cause of the present life. And the last one, jati and jara marana. Only 2, right? Yeah. Only 2. But jati means the start, the first consciousness of our life. Very first consciousness of our life. That is called relinquent consciousness. So once we have a relinquent consciousness, then we are going to have another factors. So right after this moment, very short moment, and then we call that is a life continuum. Second part. So the first moment is very short. And then the last part. From after this part, moment 2, we die. This is the second part. So here, jati means nothing but the 5 factors of the results. Vijnana, namarupa, salayana, phasa, vedana. We got 5 results. Yeah. So these 3 factors are the same, these 5 factors. So they are the same. Just only the name is different, but the factors are the same. So, and if we have the present cause, 5 factors of present cause, and then we will have another future lives. This, when you have a new life, we will get back vijnana, namarupa, salayana, phasa, vedana. So, these are the future results. These are 5 factors of future results. So altogether, 5 multiplying 4, how many?
20.
Yeah. So the past cause, that are past cause, 5, present results, 5, present cause, 5, future results, 5. So altogether, 20.
Ya, sekarang saya mau mencoba untuk mengulang apa yang
Sally is going to be trouble tonight.
Saya akan berusaha mencoba ya. Tadi Sayadaw memulai dari 3 wata, yaitu yang pertama ada avijja, tanda, tan upadana. Kemudian lingkaran yang kedua adalah sangkara dan kamma bhava. Dan yang ketiga ada 8 faktor mulai vijnana sampai dengan jati, jara, marana. Dari ini Sayadaw mengatakan mereka itu selalu ada hubungannya satu dengan yang lainnya. Kalau satu diambil, maka kita mendapatkan keseluruhannya. Ya, oleh karena itu tadi Sayadaw mengatakan seperti kita main dalam tebak-tebakan dalam tanya jawab. Sayadaw mengatakan agar kita melihat kembali ke kolom yang ke halaman yang pertama, melihat ke kolom yang ada. Sekarang kita melihat ke kolom yang ketiga. Di kolom yang ketiga itu dituliskan ada 20 cara dan 4 kelompok. Ya. Ini dibagi dengan sebab dan akibatnya. Untuk terjadinya suatu kehidupan, tentu harus ada penyebabnya. Penyebab di masa yang lalu adalah awija dan tanha. Dari lingkaran ini, kalau kita mengambil 1, berarti kita mendapatkan 3. Kemudian ini merupakan penyebab dari kehidupan kita di masa yang lampau. Ini merupakan penyebab dari kehidupan kita di masa lampau yang menghasilkan adanya kehidupan di masa sekarang ini. Ada pada kolom berikutnya hasil untuk saat sekarang ini, yaitu mulai dari winyana sampai dengan wedana. Ini adalah dari lingkaran yang ketiga, ya. Lingkaran hasil mulai ada winyana sampai dengan wedana. Sekali lagi Sayadaw mengatakan, kalau kita mengambil salah satu, maka kita mengambil keseluruhannya. Di masing-masing ini ada 5 cara, ada 5 hal, 5 faktor. Oleh karena itu kalau dikalikan 4, semuanya ada 20 cara. Yang dibagi ke dalam 4 kelompok, sebab masa lalu menghasilkan hasil saat ini. Hasil saat ini itu menjadi penyebab bagi hasil di masa yang akan datang. Penyebab saat sekarang menghasilkan hasil di masa yang akan datang. Sayadaw mengatakan bahwa kalau kita melihat dari istilah konvensional, yaitu winyana, yang kehidupan saat sekarang ini, ada winyana, nama rupa, dari istilah konvensional kita menyebut ada orang, ada pria, ada wanita dan yang lainnya. Tetapi sesungguhnya kalau dilihat dari kebenaran hanyalah ada 5 faktor, yaitu winyana, nama rupa, salayatana, pasa, dan wedana.
Okay, one more thing, the last column, 4 groups. So that's easy. Myanmar, Burmese Sayadaw translate that 4 layers. But Bhante Narada, Bhikkhu Narada, Bhante Bhikkhu Narada Thera translated the 4 groups. That's the same. So it's easy. The first layer, the first group is 5 past causes. The second group is present result. And the third group is present causes. And the fourth group is future results. These are called 4 groups or 4 layers. That is easy. And one more thing, there are 3 connections. So I think it is easy to see the wheel. If just look at the wheel, you will see the 3 connections. 3 connections. So number 2 and number 3, between number 2 and number 3, that is a one connection. And between number 7 and number 8, that is a one connection. And between 10 and 11, that is another connection. There are 3 connections. So the first connection is between number 2 and 3. Second connection is between number 7 and number 8. And the last connection is between number 10 and 11. These are 3 connections.
Sekarang masih kembali ke kolom yang tadi. Yang terakhir adalah 4 grup. Sayadaw mengatakan ini mudah. Sayadaw mengatakan Sayadaw di Myanmar menerjemahkannya sebagai lapisan, tetapi Bhante Bhikkhu Naradatera menerjemahkannya sebagai kelompok. Nah, ini sangat mudah, yaitu sebab di masa lampau menghasilkan yang sekarang. Sebab yang sekarang menghasilkan yang akan datang. Ini disebut dengan 4 kelompok, 4 grup atau 4 lapisan. Dan dari lingkaran kita bisa melihat koneksi atau hubungannya, yaitu koneksi yang pertama ada pada sangkara dan winyana, kemudian koneksi yang kedua ada pada wedana dan tanah, sedangkan koneksi yang ketiga ada pada bawah dan jati.
Okay, let's learn this wheel of life. This diagram is invented by the Bhante Bhikkhu Naradatera, Mahatera, not mine. So here, this is an outer ring. So when you see this is number 1, is avijja, the English translation is ignorance. So avijja, sankhara, vinyana, namarupa, salayadana, phassa, vedana, tanha, upadana, bhava, jati, jara, marana. There are 12 factors. So can you read that?
Avijja, sangkara, winyana, nama rupa, salayatana, phassa, vedana, tanha, upadana, bhava, jati, jara, marana.
Yeah, these are 12 factors of the dependent origination. So, and the second layer, you will see the tanha, upadana, and bhava. Or before I go to this place, here number 10, you will see bhava. So it has 2 parts. It is divided into 2 parts: karma bhava, upapatti bhava. It is. So karma, you may write here karma bhava, and another part is here upapatti bhava. Upapatti bhava and jati is the same. The only difference is name. So upapatti bhava is like a jati, the same. So you may write here karma bhava, and here upapatti bhava. Karma bhava is like a karma or sankhara. Okay, now here let's go to this part, and second layer. Under the avijja and sankhara, these are one part. This is one part of the cake. So here, avijja and sankhara. Under that tanha, upadana, and bhava. We already said that avijja and tanha, upadana, these three are which wrong?
Kilesa.
Kilesa vada, yes. That is why here in the past life we have the cause. This is the past. These two factors belong to the past, not present life. So the past life we have avijja, ignorance, and we have a sankhara, good karma or bad karma. So because of these two things, we have the present karma here. So when we say avijja, and then it has another or vadas or wrongs. So if we take avijja, we get two more, upadana and upadana. If we take sankhara, we have more bhava. Which bhava? Karma bhava. Yes. So this is a karma bhava, not upapati bhava. So these five are five causes in the past. Five causes in the past. So because of these, the avijja, tanha, upadana, avijja, sankhara, tanha, upadana, karma bhava. Because of these five factors, and then we get present life here. We got present life here. So in the present life here, we have five factors of vijnana, namarupa, salayana, phassa, vedana. So I will explain, each factors in detail later. So this part, these factors belong to the present life, or this part belong to the present life. And then another group here. So altering, tanha, upadana, and karma bhava. So if we take tanha and upadana, we got two more. What?
Avijja, sankhara.
Yes, avijja and sankhara. If we take, let's say avijja. If we take tanha and upadana, and we got one more, that's avijja. If we take karma bhava, we got one more, that is it, sankhara. So these five factors are the cause of the present life. So, and just the same like the first part, and in this present life, we have the avijja, sankhara, tanha, upadana, karma bhava. So we got life, these are the results. So, and when we are enjoying our life, and then we have another cause. This is like a rolling stone, rolling the circle. Sometimes and we generate ourselves. So first we got the life, and then we are creating another cause. These are first tanha, upadana, and karma bhava. And then their friends are avijja and sankhara. So these five factors are the cause of present life. Because of these five factors, and then we will have another future lives. Jati, jara, marana. Jati means jati, and this part is the same. This part is the same. So jati means nothing, but we got back, and then vijnana, namarupa, salayana, phassa, tanha. So here, if we say jati, and then we got back at vijnana, namarupa, salayana, phassa, vedana. If we count all the factors, then we got 8 factors. This is 8 factors of the future life, or we may say 5 factors for the future lives. And we have 3 connections here. This is the past life. Avijja, tanha belongs to the past. So between these two, number 2 and number 3, there is one connection. This is the first connection. That these 2 factors belong to the past life. And after number 2, then number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that is the present life. So And then there is another stroke here, another line. This is the results of present life. This is the cause of present life. So between these two effects and cause, results and cause, there is a one line that is a Vedana and Tanha. Between Vedana and Tanha, there is a one connection here. And this is a present cause 5. So this is a present cause. Between these 5 and another future lives, there is a one stroke. That's another connection. So we have 3 connections. The first connection is between who and which and which. Number 2 and number 3. And another connection is between number 7 and number 8. The last connection is between 10 and 11. Yeah, these 3 are called the 3 connections. Is that okay?
We'll try.
Okay, you may brief.
Ya. Jadi Sayadaw menjelaskan lingkaran ini. Sayadaw mengatakan bahwa lingkaran ini bukan Sayadaw yang menggambar, tapi Bhante Bhikkhu Naradatera. Dari potongan roti yang pertama, awija dan sangkara ini merupakan 5 sebab di masa yang lalu. Kemudian menghasilkan kehidupan yang sekarang, mulai dari winyana sampai dengan wedana. Kemudian dari hasil saat sekarang ini menjadi penyebab saat sekarang, mulai dari tanha, upadana, dan bawa, yang dia menjadi penyebab untuk kehidupan saat sekarang ini. Kemudian ada yang perlu tadi ditambahkan, Sayadaw tadi mengatakan bahwa untuk nomor 10, bawa di sini yang dimaksudkan adalah kama bawa. Pada waktu Sayadaw menjelaskan diagram tadi, bawa itu kan dibagi menjadi kama bawa dan upapati bawa. Nah, upapati bawa ini kita bisa tuliskan ke yang nomor 11 karena upapati bawa itu sama dengan jati. Kemudian di antara koneksi ini, garis yang ketiga ini, kalau kita tarik garis lurus ke bawah, kelahiran ini berarti adalah seperti kehidupan sekarang, mulai dari winyana, nama rupa, salayatana, pasa, dan wedana. Yeah. That's all Sayadaw.
Then another layer. Okay, let's go to another inner layer, the third layer. You will see in this part, active side of life. Active side of life, I have already explained. There are 3 rounds, first round and second round. Kilesa Vada and Kama Vada are what? Active or passive? Active. Kilesa Vada and Kama Vada. These 2 Vadas are active. Vibhaga Vada is passive. Yes. Okay, let's see. Here, avijja, sankhara, tanha, upadana, bhava, kama bhava. These are active. Because they are going to produce here life, right? In the past, we already have that. Avijja, sankhara, tanha, upadana, kama bhava. We have already done that. Let's say, we have avijja, we have tanha, we have upadana. Because of these defilements, and then we do something good. Let's say good, because we get human lives. So we did kusalas. Because of kusalas, and we get here the present life, right? Human lives. So before we reach the human lives, these are the 5 causes. So avijja, sankhara, tanha, upadana, Kama bhava, these are active. So the first driving power is kilesa vata, avijja, tanha, uparana. These are, the avijja is like someone is like a blindfold. So we can't see anything. And if we don't see then we want everything. Because we don't know the consequences of the life, whatever. And so if we are blind, and then we want everything. And then if we want everything, this wanting, this attachment, this craving is becoming stronger. And then that is upadana. So if we do something, that's a sankhara and kamabhava. That is a sankhara kamabhava. So doing action is sankhara or kamabhava. So these 5 factors are 5 causes in the past. So that is why these 5 factors are active side of life. That means in the active side. These 5 factors are active in the past. Okay, here, innermost. What is that? Past. Yes, past. So, avijja, sankhara, tanha, uparana, kamabhava, these are active and they are in the past life. Okay, let's go to the second group. Present lives are from here to number 3 to number 10 actually. Number 3 to number 10. But we still divided into 2 parts. The first one here, because of these 5 factors in the past, we got present life, vedana, vijnana, tanha, vijnana, namarupa, salayana, phasa, vedana. These are the result of this past causes. So here, all are vipaka, all are the result of these 5 causes. Especially sankhara, kamabhava. Sankhara, kamabhavas can be kusala, can be akusala. So because of a sankhara or kamabhava, and then we get life here. As I said, as long as we have a kilesa, and then we are going to do something. Doing something is kamabhava or sankhara. So here, they have a kilesa vata and kama vata. Kilesa vata, avijja, tanha, uparana. Kama vata, sankhara and bhava, kama bhava. Because of these 5 factors, we have a present life. These are results of sankhara. These are results of karma. This is a bhava, life. So here, as they are only the result of karma, they do not do anything. That is why passive side of life. Passive. They don't do anything. And this part, okay. This part is active again. Because when we have a life now, when you have a life, anybody wants to die now? Of course, I know you don't. Me too. Plus, after we die, and then we want to be reborn in the hell or heaven. See? We are, we enjoy present life. Not finished yet. We are doing something good. I want to be reborn in at least human life. More than that, Deva. More than that, Brahma. So, here, we have attachment, craving. Craving for life. Craving for life. So here, craving, tanha, upadana, clinging, much stronger. Much stronger. I must get it, I must do it. So, very strong. Clinging. And then, becoming a bhava means what? Kama bhava. So, tanha, upada. If we take these two, we already got avijja. If we take kama bhava, we got a sankhara. So they combine together again, 5. These are 5 causes in the present life. So they are now active, doing something. Avijja, Tanha, Upadana, defilements. Because of these defilements, we do something, Kama Bhava, Sankhara. So these are very active. That is why here, active side of life. These factors are active. But they are in the present life. That is why here, present. These are present. So because of these 5 factors in the present life, present causes, and then these Kama Bhava produce another life. That is a future, here jati. If we have a jati, we get back at these 5 again. So that is a future life. And this way, our life is like a turning around, like a wheel. That is why it is called the wheel of life. I don't know, Shali.
Actually, no need explanation because Sayadaw already like.
Okay, good. Can I continue again? I think.
Yeah, maybe a little, Sayadaw.
Okay.
What I can catch, Sayadaw. Jadi dari kelompok ini atau lapisan ini ada yang aktif, ada 3. Yang menjadi kekuatan penggerak adalah lingkaran yang pertama yaitu kilesawata. Sayadaw tadi menggambarkan bagaikan orang buta yang tidak melihat apa-apa, jadi menginginkan banyak hal. Yaitu tanha, mengakibatkan tanha yang lalu menghasilkan dari nomor 3 sampai dengan 7, mulai dari winyana sampai dengan vedana. Ini terutama digerakkan oleh sangkara dan kama bhava. Kemudian mereka menjadi sebab sekarang yang akan menghasilkan kama di masa yang akan datang. Kemudian kehidupan ini terus bergulir karena adanya keserakahan terhadap kehidupan ini. Sehingga mengakibatkan kemelekatan menjadi lebih kuat dan ini yang menjadikan lingkaran kehidupan. Dari lingkaran yang ada ini, Sayadaw tadi telah menunjukkan bahwa dari kelompok yang pertama dan kedua itu adalah bagian yang aktif dari kehidupan tapi di masa yang lampau. Sehingga menghasilkan kelompok yang di bawahnya, yang kedua, yang untuk masa sekarang ini, kelompok masa sekarang ini. Dari kelompok masa sekarang ini juga dibagi 2, sebagian adalah yang bersifat pasif, kemudian sebagian bersifat aktif, yaitu mulai seperti yang tadi, ada avijja dan ada sangkara. Di sini 5 menjadi ada tanda, upadana, bhava, kemudian avijja dan sangkara. Ini mereka menjadi bagian yang aktif dalam kehidupan sekarang ini, kemudian menghasilkan kehidupan untuk yang akan datang, yang menjadi bagian yang pasif dari kehidupan ini, yaitu yang tadi Sayadaw sudah gambarkan, koneksi antara yang terletak di nomor 10 dan 11 itu sama dengan faktor-faktor di dalam lingkaran ini dari nomor 3 sampai dengan nomor 7. That's all, Sayadaw.
Okay. We have 2 routes. There are 2 leaders of this way. The first one is that, let's say this is our half of this way. So the first part is led by the avijja. Avijja is the leader of the first part. Second part is here, Tanha. Tanha is the leader of the second part. So these two are always combined together. Sometimes, we may see only one leader, Avijja, then we have to understand Tanha is included. Sometimes we may see only Tanha, but we have to understand Avijja is included. They are like a husband and wife. They are like a husband and wife. So to turn around this life circle, these two leaders are very important. That is why, and these are like a root of our life. So they have driving power. They are like turning the wheel of life. Without these two leaders, this wheel will not turn around. So that is why these Avijja and Tanha are called two roots. The roots, very deep, very deep. Maybe the trunk maybe fall down. The roots inside is never die. Never die. So come up again. That means produce lives. So as long as these two leaders exist, and as our life will turn round and round and round like this wheel. There is no exit. Did you see? There is no way exit, no way out. There is no way out. But there is a one way out. Here, if there is a Avijja, then the sankhara we can avoid to get sankhara. So if there is a Avijja, ignorance, there will be sankhara. There will be sankhara. If we don't have Avijja, we don't do any kind of a good or bad karma. So like Arahan. Arahants don't have a kilesa. So because the Arahants don't have a kilesa, they don't do sankhara. But all they do change name, kriya, function, just action. This actions do not produce anything. That is why just function. So here, if there is Avijja, then there will be sankhara. So just go to the one link after another. We cannot find any escape. We cannot escape from this wrong. But when you reach up to here, what is that? Number 7. Vedana. Okay. Vedana and Tanha. There is a one line. There is a one connection. You see that? Mm-hmm. This is a one connection. See, this is the only hope for us. The only hope for us. So when we do meditation, you are instructed to note if you have maybe sometimes a pleasurable feeling and sometimes unpleasurable feeling. If you don't note, if you don't observe them carefully, then if you have a pleasurable feeling, you will be attached to that feeling. You will be attached to that feeling. If you have a pain, unpleasurable feeling, you will be angry with that feeling. So, either attachment or anger will follow here. If it is good, craving comes. Yeah. If it doesn't good, here the anger comes. Mm-hmm. So, but when you practice meditation, you are instructed to note this feeling, not enjoy. Just watch it until you see the rising and disappearing. So when you see rising and disappearing, you see only the process of this feeling. You don't enjoy the present feeling. You don't have any anger for the unpleasant feeling. So if you don't have an anger, if you don't have an attachment, then there will be no Tanha behind that. There will be no Tanha. Because not to have anger or attachment behind this one, you observe it. That makes it you practice a Satipatthana meditation. Paying close attention to the feeling, you observe it, and then you see only feeling. You see only feeling as a feeling as a natural process. This feeling is not a person. This feeling is not the soul. This feeling is not the creator. Feeling is just a natural process. So when you see the natural process of this feeling, and then you don't have anger, and then you are not attached to this natural process, because natural process are always, coming up, going, disappear, coming up, disappear, and going like that. Rising, disappear, rising, disappear, rising, disappear. You see that, nothing is permanent. Nothing is permanent. You see this impermanent nature. When you see this impermanent nature, then you don't have you don't have any craving for this feeling. If you don't have a craving, that means by observing this feeling, you kill this attachment. You kill. If you don't observe it, this attachment will follow. So, between these two factors, number 7 and number 8, if you observe the feeling, then you don't have an attachment. So this is the only exit for us. By practicing mindfulness meditation, we can go out here. This is the only place to out.
Sayadaw tadi menjelaskan, and I have to say Sayadaw, what I can catch like that, Sayadaw. Dan apa yang bisa saya tangkap, pemimpin pada lingkaran kehidupan ini, yang bagian pertama adalah awija. Sedangkan tanha ada pada sebagai pemimpin bagian yang kedua. Sayadaw mengatakan antara tanha awija dan tanha ini bagaikan pasangan suami istri. Untuk memungkinkan berputarnya lingkaran kehidupan ini, awija dan tanha memegang peranan penting. Mereka ini bagaikan akar dari kehidupan kita. Sayadaw mengatakan dari lingkaran ini tidak ada jalan keluar, karena berbentuk lingkaran tidak ada jalan keluar. Begitu ada awija, pasti ada sangkara. Kalau kita tidak memiliki awija, maka tidak ada sangkara atau kama bawa. Ini seperti mereka yang telah mencapai tataran arahanta. Para arahanta melakukan sesuatu, tetapi apa yang mereka lakukan ini sudah tidak dinamakan dengan sangkara, tetapi dinamakan dengan kiriya atau fungsional yang tidak menghasilkan apapun lagi. Kemudian dari lingkaran ini, Sayadaw mengatakan kita masih mempunyai harapan, yaitu pada koneksi yang kedua yang terletak di nomor 7 dan nomor 8, yaitu wedana, perasaan, dan tanha atau nafsu keinginan. Sayadaw menjelaskan, oleh karena itu di dalam instruksi meditasi, kita selalu diinstruksikan untuk mencatat perasaan-perasaan yang ada. Untuk mengamati perasaan-perasaan yang ada. Karena pada perasaan ini kalau menyenangkan menimbulkan kemelekatan, sedangkan kalau tidak menyenangkan menimbulkan kemarahan. Dengan mencatat perasaan ini, kita berusaha untuk melihat proses alami dari perasaan ini. Kita berusaha untuk melihat perasaan sebagai perasaan saja. Tidak ada kemarahan, tidak ada pula kemelekatan. Proses dari perasaan ini hanyalah muncul dan lenyap saja. Ketika kita bisa melihat proses ini sebagai muncul dan lenyap saja, maka kita bisa memahami bahwa sesungguhnya tidak ada sesuatu yang abadi, tidak ada sesuatu yang kekal. Oleh karena itu, tidak akan menimbulkan tanha atau nafsu keinginan atau kemelekatan. Dengan kita mengamati wedana atau perasaan ini, maka kita bisa membasmi nafsu keinginan atau keserakahan kita ini. Dengan cara mengamati wedana ini, maka kita bisa memutus roda kehidupan kita ini. Karena kita melenyapkan tanha. That's all, Sayadaw.
In the formula, the last line, and you may see that jara marana. After that, soka, paridewa, dukkha, domanassa, upayasa. Here, in English translation is sorrow, limitation, pain, grief, and despair. So these 5 are not included here. Not included here. If you have a jadi or if you have a birth in the present life, we cannot avoid aging and death. We can avoid. So these are inevitable consequences of the life. So if you have a jadi, if you have a birth in this life, aging and death will follow. These are inevitable consequences. So we can avoid these 2 things. But soka, paridewa, dukkha, domanassa, upayasa, sorrow, limitation, pain, grief, and despair. These 5 consequences, these are not inevitable consequences. For human beings, of course, we cannot avoid soka, paridewa, sorrow, limitation, pain, and grief, and despair. So human beings have these consequences, but some devas, they don't have. Some kind of devas, they don't have. Brahmas, they don't have a pain and grief. That is why the sorrow, limitation, etc., these 5 are not inevitable consequences of the jati. But aging and death, everybody, every being must face. Once we have a jati, we can avoid aging and death. So for the deva, for the celestial beings, aging is not like a human beings. So aging means they are changing their mind and matter. That's all aging. But just before they die, their, the appearance a little bit change. So we call that aging, but not like a human beings. Not like a human beings. So some devas don't have some of the consequences, soka, paridewa, dukkha, domanassa, upayasa. But they can avoid aging, they can avoid death. So once we have a jati, birth in this life, we can avoid aging and death. But the other 5 consequences are not sure, especially brahmas and devas. We human beings have everything. Everything, aging, death, sorrow, limitation, pain, and grief, and despair. We have enough, more than enough. So that is why, and these the last 5 consequences are not included here. Not included here.
Sayadaw menjelaskan, dilihat dari rumusan di halaman pertama, yaitu jati, jara marana, soka, paridewa, duka, domanasa, upayasa, dan seterusnya. Yang terjemahnya adalah karena kelahiran, maka menjadi tua, kematian, penderitaan, ratap tangis, sakit, duka cita, kekecewaan muncul. Sayadaw mengatakan bahwa mulai soka sampai yang terakhir itu tidak tercakup di dalam roda kehidupan ini karena alasan-alasan tertentu. Sebagai manusia kita yang hidup, kita tidak bisa menghindari tua dan mati, menjadi tua dan mati. Demikian pula untuk mereka yang terlahir di alam dewa maupun Brahma. Kemudian mulai soka sampai yang terakhir itu, yang 5 hal ini, memang manusia mengalaminya. Tetapi tidak untuk mereka yang terlahir di alam dewa ataupun alam Brahma. Kita menjadi tua dan mati. Bagi para dewa menjadi tua itu tidak seperti kita. Hanya ada sedikit perubahan penampilan sebelum kematian mereka terjadi. Ya, oleh karena itulah 5 yang terakhir tidak tercantum di dalam roda kehidupan ini. Yang pasti dialami oleh makhluk hidup adalah jati dan jara marana. Setelah kelahiran, pasti tidak bisa menghindari usia tua dan kematian. Tetapi yang 5 ini hanya dimiliki oleh konsekuensi ini atau akibat ini hanya menjadi milik manusia. Sayadaw mengatakan bahwa sebagai manusia semuanya ada, mulai jadi menjadi tua, mati, kemudian ada ratap tangis, kemudian penderitaan, rasa sakit, penyesalan, semuanya ada.
Okay, time's up. So let's review today's chapter. How many factors?
12.
12. What are they?
Avijja, sankhara, winyana, nama rupa, salayatana, pasa, vedana, upadana, bahwa jati, jara marana.
Okay. How many roots?
2.
What are they?
Avijja, tanha.
Okay. How many rounds?
3.
What are they?
Kamawata.
How many factors of the kilesa vata?
3.
3. What are they?
Avijja, tanha, upadana.
Okay. How many factors of the kama vata?
2.
What are they?
Sankara, bawa, kama
How
bawa.
many factors of vipaka vata?
8.
What are they?
Saletana, pasa, vedana. Jati,
Ubabadi buat jati cara marana. Okay. So not so bad. So you need to remember that. Okay. So that's all for tonight.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Untuk yang ingin bertanya, terutama untuk pelajaran yang saat ini, ya. Ya. Satu-satu, yang terjemahkan susah. Ya kan kalau ngaku kan dosanya enteng. Ya. Sayadaw, he would like to know, as an arahat, as an arahanta, they have no more avijja. So it means the Paticca Samuppada doesn't work for arahanta, Sayadaw. Doesn't work.
Oh, yes. Because the driving power is a kilesa vada, avijja, tanha, upadana. These are driving powers. So these the kilesas are already moved out. So that is like a maybe like a seed. The seed is if you have a seed, if you boil this seed, if you put into the boiling pot, then this seed has no more power to produce the plant. So the karma is always compared to the seed. So as if there is a kilesa, then there will be karma vada. So they are always linked together. So for the arahant, they don't have a kilesa anymore. So that is why whatever they do is just action. Just action. This action cannot produce any results. That means any life,
Not ahus.
We call that not ahosi, just kriya. Kriya. Yeah, just action, function.
Kriya.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Translate for Sayadaw ya. Sayadaw menjawab iya, karena bagi berputarnya roda kehidupan ini diperlukan kilesa vata, sedangkan para arahanta sudah mencabutnya. Sayadaw memberikan penjelasan lebih lanjut, ini bisa digambarkan sebagai benih atau biji. Ketika biji ini sudah direbus, maka dia tidak mempunyai kekuatan untuk bisa menumbuhkan suatu pohon. Kama itu selalu diumpamakan dengan benih atau biji. Jika sudah tidak memiliki kilesa lagi, maka tidak ada kamawata. Para arahanta sudah tidak memiliki kilesa. Oleh karena itu, apapun juga yang mereka lakukan, ini hanyalah sebagai suatu tindakan saja yang tidak menimbulkan hasil apapun, yang di dalam bahasa Pali disebut dengan kiriya. Ya. Oke, yang kedua.
Kalau tidak ada awija, sedangkan seorang arahat itu masih ada winyana, nama rupa, salayatana, pasa dan bidana. Kalau saya tidak salah. Maka benar. Jadi berarti kalau tidak kontrak, kalau tidak ada awija, otomatis kan itu putus. Tapi kenapa masih ada winyana, nama rupa, salayatana, pasa dan bidana?
Sayadaw, his second question, Sayadaw, still about arahanta, Sayadaw. Here we mentioned avijja, Sayadaw, and arahanta already have no avijja. Yeah. And then he asked, he was a bit confused why arahanta still have winyana, nama rupa, salayatana, pasa, vedana. Yeah.
These 5 factors are which side, passive or active?
Passive side.
Passive factors can produce anything?
No.
Good. You answer his question. This is a passive, just results. the passive side cannot produce. Only when we have a avijja, tanha, uparana, sankhara, kama bhava, then we are going to produce something. So, the fourth arahant, they already removed all the defilements. So, but they are still doing good things, but name change. We call that kiriya. If you learn a birima, kiriya. Kiriya means just doing action. This action doesn't produce any results. That is why, and only when we have a kilesa, we can have kusala. If we don't have a kilesa, this action is no more called kusala. It's called kiriya, just functional. So consciousness change. Kusala citta, kusala wholesome consciousness to functional consciousness. If we have a kilesa, then this kusala is this action is called wholesome action, also wholesome consciousness. If we don't have a kilesa, then this action is called functional, just functional. No produce anything. So the name changed.
Jadi tadi jawaban Sayadaw adalah bahwa mulai winyana sampai dengan vedana, ini di sini ada catatan adalah bagian pasif dari kehidupan ini yang tidak akan menghasilkan apapun. Sayadaw mengatakan bahwa para arahanta itu kan sudah tidak ada avijja, maka apapun yang mereka lakukan itu hanyalah sebagai yang dilakukan sudah berganti, sudah tidak sebagai akusala, sebagai kusala, tetapi hanya seperti fungsional saja. Jadi tidak menghasilkan apapun. Jadi mulai dari winyana sampai dengan vedana ini adalah bagian pasif dari kehidupan ini. Ya.
When we reach this place, tanha uparana, we are going to explain more. And now this is just giving rough general view. This is just putting the general view into your mind. Tomorrow, and then we are going to explain one limb by limb. So we will have more explanation.
Jadi,
yes.
ditranslate dulu ya. Jadi Sayadaw mengatakan demikian, nanti untuk hari berikutnya Sayadaw akan menjelaskan satu persatu. Saat ini penjelasan yang Sayadaw berikan ini adalah penjelasan sebagai gambaran umum saja tentang roda kehidupan ini. Ya.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, number 1, number 2, number 8, number 9, and number 10. Mm-hmm. And then the present result, that means this is the cause, this is the effect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7.
Mm-hmm.
So then the next one is the present cause 5 again.
Mm-hmm.
8, 9, 10, and 1, 2.
1, 2, yeah.
And then the future result again, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So but the past and the present cause is the same, right?
Yes, the same.
So can we say this is the cause and effect?
Exactly. Cause and effect, yeah.
This is
Yeah, that's why I said 2 pairs.
Yeah, 2 pairs.
Yeah.
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 Say 1 pair cause and effect cause.
Yes, yeah, yes, yeah.
Seem no need to be translated because Shalipanya already mentioned 1, 2, 3 and I'm sure that everybody know 1, 2, 3 Sayadaw. So no need to be translated. Jadi prinsipnya yang ditanyakan oleh Shalipanya tadi ini bisa tidak dikatakan sebagai sebab dan akibat. Sayadaw mengatakan iya karena mereka adalah merupakan pasangan.
Uh-huh.
This of the Paticca Samuppada is like a big circle.
Mm-hmm.
It's like from one line to another line. Can we see this view only just a small circle? Like when we
Mm-hmm.
And then someday that picture is here again.
Mm-hmm.
Can we see this like becoming a new object, mind object? Because of the mind object, there is a contact from object and mind,
Mm-hmm.
and become there is a vedana,
Mm.
and so can we say
I don't get what you mean. Can you explain it again?
because of we see something in the world,
Uh-huh.
and we attach there is a pleasure feeling, and then craving
Okay.
and
Uh-huh.
feeling,
Uh-huh.
and then it's become a new object, a mind object.
Okay.
Can we say that? Become there's a
Do you remember the all? Mm-hmm. If you remember, let's say the old memories or old stories, that we call that the Pali word we may use mind Dhamma object, because as a group, and it is included Dhamma. So mind and Dhamma objects are are the correspondent.
the rising of mind object. There's a cause. The cause is from the clinging to
Mm.
visible
Mm.
object.
Mm.
Can we say because of the upadana to the
Mm.
visible object, then arise
Okay, I got it. Because of upadana, does this picture come up again? Yeah. Yes. Not only upadana, we still call that sanyojana. Sanyojana, and we use that feather, F-E-T-D-E, feather. So if we are too love, if we love something too much, if we hate something too much, and then our mind is already bind to that object. So this this picture come up again and again and again. This is like a just upadana. So because of upadana or because of this kind of sanyojana, and then all memories come up again and again. Yes, that is like a cause and effect. Cause and effect. I explained just yesterday. Nothing, everything has its own cause to arise. Nothing arises without a cause. So this doctrine teaches us like that. So, and like you said, if we have upadana, or if we love or if we hate too much, then that is like upadana. So just let's say we put this fine into our mind. So whenever we have the same similar story, then we just remember that. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. So that is, let's say, the cause. And the appearing the picture in our mind is the results. The results. So, and the real cause is a kilesa. That is why, when you do meditation, we just observe just the action, just the feeling, just the, let's say, the thinking. So just thinking, just feeling, and just moving, just lifting. When we see this process, and then our mind is detached, do not see the conventional parts, like as a person, as a limbs, but we just see only as the realities. Reality, like the only mind as a mind, feeling as a feeling, Dhamma as a Dhamma. Then when we see that, and then we don't see anymore the persons or you or I or man or women, and that is our intention. Then we don't have any kilesa with regard to that object. So main thing is we are trying to, let's say, remove the attachment or remove the kilesas connected to the object. That is the purpose of the meditation.
Ya, sekarang Pak Budi yang translate.
Yeah, you can brief.
Yeah, okay.
Let's respond this. Yeah.
Apakah ini dalam Paticca Samuppada yang dijelaskan ini seperti lingkaran besar dalam satu kehidupan dan kehidupan berikutnya? Apakah bisa kita melihat Paticca Samuppada dalam skop yang lebih kecil, misal dalam kehidupan sehari-hari saat kita lihat sesuatu yang indah, kemudian kita menjadi tertarik dengan apa yang kita lihat, timbul perasaan senang, kemudian timbul kemelekatan dan kemelekatan yang kuat, lalu akhirnya menjadi sesuatu objek baru, yaitu objek mental. Jadi kita seperti teringat muncul gambaran itu di dalam batin kita. Dan saat muncul dalam gambaran batin, timbul lagi perasaan kembali yang baru dan kemelekatan kembali yang baru. Demikian yang berulang terus. Apakah kita bisa melihat Paticca Samuppada dalam sisi seperti ini? Saya menjawab bisa, karena ini seperti sebab dan akibat yang selalu berulang dan berulang. Ya, mungkin secara singkat penjelasan saya itu adalah
Okay, then let's say sadhana. I'm happy you are interested in